would have terrible consequences. Above all, stay calm, Karl Jentsch advised. Aside from Johnson and his soldiers, they were accompanied by the two farmers who had made complaints against the Nati Hein in the first place. Mara regarded them with all the resentful eyes of a young woman whose romantic plans had been thwarted. Without these two idiots, she would have been home long ago. Her father had wanted to be back at Rata Station for the shearing, and he'd already booked the sea crossing. But at the last moment, the governor's request had arrived, asking Karl to help resolve the conflict between the two farmers and the Nati Hein as quickly as possible. It should simply be a matter of comparing a few maps. Karl had done the surveying himself when chieftain Mahi Paraone Kauiti had sold the land several years ago. The Nati Hein mean us no harm, Karl told the men. Remember, they invited us to come. The chieftain is just as interested as we are in a peaceful solution. There's no reason to be afraid. I'm not afraid of them, declared one of the farmers. They should be afraid of us. They probably have 50 armed men, Mara's mother remarked dryly. Perhaps armed only with spears or clubs, but they know how to use them. You would be wise not to provoke them, Mr. Simpson. Mara sighed. During the 5-hour ride, she'd had to listen to 3 or 4 similar exchanges. At first, the two farmers had been noticeably more aggressive. They seemed to think that this expedition had more to do with punishing the natives than finding a solution. Now, drawing near to the village, the farmers seemed tenser, more subdued. That didn't change as the marae came into view. For Mara, the colourful totem poles framing the village gate were familiar, but seeing them for the first time could be intimidating. Kennard Johnson and his men had certainly never been in a marae before. They mean us no harm? The government official repeated nervously. They look anything but friendly. He pointed agitatedly at the warlike welcoming committee that was now approaching the riders. Mara was surprised and her parents looked alarmed. In a Maori marae, one would usually see children playing and men and women calmly going about their daily work. But here, they were greeted by the chieftain himself, flanked by a proud phalanx of warriors. His bare chest and his face were tattooed, and the richly decorated loincloth made of dried flax leaves made his muscular body look even more imposing. A war club hung on his belt, and he held a spear in his hand. They won't attack us, will they? Asked one of the English militiamen. Don't worry, Father O'Toole replied. The priest, a gaunt, aging man, calmly got off his horse. Simply a show of strength. As the white men came closer, Mahi Paraone Kauiti, Ariki of the Nati Hein, raised his spear. His warriors began to stamp rhythmically with their feet planted wide, moving back and forth and swinging their weapons. Then they raised their voices in a powerful chant that grew stronger and louder the faster they danced. Johnson and the farmers ducked behind the bodyguards, who reached for their weapons. Mara's father guided his horse between the soldiers and the warriors. For goodness sake, don't draw your weapons, he ordered the Englishman. Just wait. One warrior after another stepped forward, pounding spears on the ground, grimacing and shouting at the enemies. Mara, the only member of the expedition who understood every bit of the war dance and songs, rolled her eyes. These North Island Maori were so old-fashioned. The Ngāi Tahu tribe she'd grown up near had long since given up such displays at every confrontation. Since Eru's Pākehā mother, Jane, had married the chieftain, the Ngāi Tahu greeted their guests with a simple handshake. This greatly simplified their dealings with visitors and trading partners. Eru's mother and his father, Te Haitara, had founded a successful sheep breeding business, which had helped make the tribe wealthy. According to the ritual, we should now sing something, Father O'Toole said quietly as the warriors completed their dance. That's part of the exchange, as it were.